takes the punt. Williams stays away, and that ball is touched by the Giants inside the 30. Devin Thomas, I believe, thought maybe Kyle Williams touched it. Let's take a look.
The ball was not touched by the receiving team. Therefore, it is the receiving team's ball at the spot that it was picked up and first touched by New York.
Sure looked to me, Joe, like it touched his knee. I agree. That is reviewable. Look at that shot. This could be a big break for the Giants. Look at this ball as it appears to us as it glances off the knee of Kyle Williams. Mike Pereira's with us. Mike, what'd you think of that call in the play?
Hey, listen, I think it clearly does touch him. And, you know, the Giants, in my opinion, are going to get the ball here. They don't get the advance because you cannot advance a kick. And even though it was touched, it still remains a kick. But I think it's pretty clear here that it does, in fact, touch the kick receiver. So the Giants should get the ball. It's going to be a huge play.
Stays in the pocket, hits Bradshaw. He was out across the 20, that's it. The ball comes out, but they are going to rule forward. Progress was stopped. That ball came out, a gain of 6, but they're saying the Giants maintain possession.
Field. The runner was stopped by his forward progress. Third down.
Well, this time Bowman, he comes in and he tries ripping it out, and he's able to do that, and that's what this Niners defense does. Once they stand you up, they are going after the football, and for the Giants, they're fortunate that they called it down. The offensive tackle into the quarterback, he does the same thing with Deal there on third down. Weatherford hits it. Kyle Williams wants the ball. It's recovered by the Giants. Jaquan Williams, the rookie, knocked it out. Recovered by Devin Thomas. And the second-year receiver, punt returner Kyle Williams with no Ted Ginn Jr. available because of a knee injury. He's muffed a punt, and now this one is knocked out by Jaquan Williams, recovered by the Giants already inside field goal range. Low snap. The kick is good. The Giants are going back to the Super Bowl.
Kaepernick goes over 300 with that throw. 8 plays, over 20 yards on the game. And Gore. That's the first one. Gore inside the 20. Gore to the 10. And Gore bounced out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Give a lot of credit to this offensive line. The left side, Joe Staley. Upati, number 77. They are all in shape. That's a first and goal. This time the Ravens defend it. This is Michael James. From the 5. From the gun. Rolling out. Kaepernick looking, firing incomplete. Crabtree. Good defense at time. They come with a bunch group by the 49ers. 3 receivers in there. They roll the quarterback out, and nothing there. Third and goal, now from under center. Kaepernick rings it. Smash. Incomplete. Here's the call. That was Crabtree, who got walloped. Jimmy Smith and Corey Graham over there. And now it's 4th and goal. and 4th and goal. Walks it in the air. No flag. Incomplete. Coach Jim wants a holding call, but he doesn't get it.
I thought he might call timeout. It looked like the blitz look. The Ravens just said, we're going to make you beat us with pressure. And there was, Jim, a lot of contact in the end zone. And Kaepernick had to get rid of it quick. LVIII was coming untouched to the quarterback.
Trying to hook up with Crabtree, with Jimmy Smith and Ed Reed on the coverage. And now the ball goes back to Baltimore, and San Francisco can stop the clock only once.
They haven't really thrown the ball that effectively, and Frank Gore has been a non-issue.
They're going to throw a flag as Andy Lee was hit and hit hard. Golden Tate on the return, but a flag is down, and Lee gets up limping. Chris Maragos came in and hit the kicker. It's the 5-yard variety.
Now they're going to call running into the kicker, Joe, which is different from roughing the kicker. That is a 5-yard penalty.
Running into the kicker. Defense number 42.
And now Steratore is stopped mid-sentence by Jim Harbaugh. It's just a 5-yard penalty as opposed to a personal foul, which would be an automatic first down. Let's go back. Mike Pereira is with us, and we see Lee get hit with that plant leg, and Mike Pereira, was that the proper call?
No, really, and I think Jim Harbaugh was making the point with Gene Steratore. If you hit the plant leg, like they did here with the ankle turning over, that's roughing. If you hit the kicking leg, the leg that's up in the air, then that's a 5-yarder and not an automatic first down. So here when you see plant leg, ankle gets turned over, that is the 15-yard. Should have been roughing the kicker as opposed to running the...
Which would have been an automatic first down.
Absolutely.
Instead, it's called the 5-yard variety. Seattle gets away with one. Harbaugh knows it. We start the fourth quarter. Passes underneath. Caught by the tight end Miller. He's to the 35. That's it. Fourth down coming up. Be a 53-yard try. Back inside field goal range with that 15-yard throw to Zach Miller.
Hey, you take a look at this and see now what is Pete Carroll going to decide to do, because Stephen Hauschka, he hit a 53-yarder earlier this year, and that's what it looks like they're going to do. They're going to give him an opportunity to see if he can't hit this one from that same distance.
Hauschka's late getting out there. They reset the play clock. Hauschka had to be told a couple of times. Pete Carroll to get out there. 53-yard try.
It's usually not a good sign.
No. And they may have to use a timeout. And they will. Shake of the head from Pete Carroll. That was odd. Flag is thrown. It's a free play. Into the end zone. The pass. Caught for the touchdown. Curse. The Niners need a stop. Pass is caught, but short of the first down, the ball's out. Hurst made the catch, and then it looked like he lost it. First things first, he was short of the end zone on third down and goal, but then it looked like the ball popped free.
Yeah, it looked like Navarro Bowman may have been the guy who was able to pull it out, and they're they're saying that Seattle maintains possession. Carl Bowman, who led the 49ers in both tackles and forced fumbles, almost was able to get a big one right here.
I think somebody's hurt at the bottom of that pile. It's fourth down. Seattle keeps the ball. But they were calling for members of the training staff to come off the sideline and help one of the players who's down. And it could be Bowman. Bowman's the guy that forced it. He's got the ball right there, right in his gut, but you see the left leg of Navarro Bowman get pinned underneath, and it might have been at that moment that he lost the football. But Bowman comes out of there with the ball. As I look at Mike Pereira, he's telling us this is not reviewable. So this could be another bad break going against the 49ers. I mean, Bowman's got it clearly.
Yeah, it's out right there. He's not down. Bowman has it. There's the knee, Joe.
And he still maintains possession. And yet they're going to say Seattle keeps the football.
That's a hard one to watch.
That's why both Seattle and San Francisco players were screaming for somebody to come off the sideline. Just a devastating injury to one of the best players in the NFL, Navarro Bowman. Mike Pereira, you're with us. We see Bowman come out of that, obviously with a football, but not reviewable.
Yeah, and I didn't hear Gene Sterator's announcement, but if they called it a fumble, if they did call it a fumble, who recovers it in the field of play is not reviewable.
Yeah, they have to be calling it a fumble because they marked the ball down inside the 5. So they called it a catch fumble, but Seattle has the ball, and they bring the card on to take Bowman off.
On the arm of Colin Kaepernick with a chance to take the lead.
Kaepernick, end zone, Crabtree, broken up, picked up. This game is over. Knocked in the air, intercepted by Smith. Off the hands of Richard Sherman. Yards, 3rd and 6. Mahomes pass behind and picked. Intercepted by the 49ers. Off the arm of Tyreek Hill and into the arms of Tarvarius Moore. The throw behind the receiver Hill. And the 49ers have their second takeaway of this ball game. And that stops the drive in its tracks. Instead, it's 3rd and 15. Chiefs need some Mahomes magic. Launches down the middle. Hill, open, caught. And they get it. Kansas City, the big play of 44 yards, pressured by Buckner. And Mahomes gets it downfield finally.
He gets the pressure down the field all the way on Jimmy Ward, and once you threaten him, he's one-on-one on the safety. Brings some heat.
Looks like they may bring it from over here.
3rd down, Garoppolo throws, not there. Incomplete. Neiman got pressure, and it's 4th down.
They bring 6 rushers. They bring Daniel Sorensen. He's reading on the back. He hangs in to protect. And then Neiman, he hits the gap right inside, affecting the throw. That's a great job by this Chiefs defense.
He's working against Richard Sherman.
Mahomes throws, pass, caught. Williams, touchdown. Kansas City jumps on top.
That's close, Joe. That foot comes out of bounds. Where's the ball before that happens?
Garoppolo airs it out. Sanders downfield is overthrown. And now with 1:33 left, it's 4th and 10.
I tell you, he had him too, Joe. He got in behind him. It's not what Kansas City wanted, but Emmanuel Sanders, he gets by Ward, and Fenton, they're trying to double him on the outside, but yeah, just overshot it. So now 4th and 10. I think this is the right decision, too. The 49ers, they have all 3 timeouts. They're going to have to make a stop either way. See what they can do. If they don't pick it up, defense is going to have to come out and make something happen.
Play clock is... They're going to let the play go. It's not going to matter as Garoppolo now has it knocked incomplete. Clark was there and had pressure for the Kansas City defense.
But how many players have come and gone? Great players, great coaches for the Chiefs that have not been able to taste this moment. This is Pitt. Kendall Fuller up to get it. And that will end this game with under a minute to go. Second and 11. Garoppolo, end zone, Kittle, touchdown 49ers. First touchdown for George Kittle over the last 6 games. 18 had to win to get in. Both teams feeling the pressure tonight. Stafford airs it out. Jefferson downfield. He's picked. No, dropped. Unbelievable. A drop by Jaquiski Tart, and he cannot believe it. Uncontested, right into his chest. Had it and lost it. There was a hush that came over this stadium. Jaquiski Tart. This is the desperation throws that we've seen in each of the 2 games by Matthew Stafford. I don't know if he's injured, but he hasn't had enough arm to really get the ball out. In the 2 prior games when he's tried to, that ball was so badly underthrown. From 30 yards out. He's got it. Rams are on top. 20-17 with 1:46 to go. Garoppolo under pressure. Donald got there in the air, intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that. Out of the pocket, looking for a deep Devontae Smith. One-hander! Is he in? He's got it! First and goal, Philadelphia. Well, a huge catch by Devontae Smith, and it turns out it looks like the Eagles got away with one. Let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, looking at all these different angles, what do you think?
Well, he's clearly going to the ground, Kevin. Ball hits the ground. He's got to maintain control, but you see him lose control there. Had that been challenged, it would have been overturned to an incomplete pass.
That's why he said to hurry up, and Philadelphia got to the line right away, and there you go. They get away with it. That's a big play on a 4th down and 3, by the way.
This is as formidable defense as there is across the entire league.
On effect, pressure coming. Purdy, Jack, floating in the air is it picked? No, hit the ground. There comes that pressure on Purdy that time and brings up 3rd down.
Well, one of the biggest matchups of the day here is who's going to be able able to block Hassan Reddick. This time, they're trying to block him with Croft, the tight end. And listen, it's hard to block Hassan Reddick. You know, there's something going on here on the sideline.
And nobody wants to see this over here on the bench. This is shots at San Francisco's doctors looking. We're going to look at this. I'm looking at it in real time. Yeah, he was hit right there on his wrist, and that's where the doctors were looking, guys, on that right arm. We'll keep you updated.
Wow, that's, you know, the backup, by the way, is Josh Johnson. Jimmy Garoppolo not healthy. Yeah, they were hoping maybe for this week he's not there, so Purdy can't go. It's Josh Johnson. Well, big news here back at the game. Josh Johnson, the backup quarterback, is in. Brock Purdy was warming up, Greg, and then it looks like he's saying here that he can't throw. He can't do it. Aaron told us about the wrist injury on that sack by Reddick. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. And so now it's Johnson, who's been around and then some. He's been with 13 teams, now in the championship game with the 49ers.
The first down play sets the tone for a 2-minute drive.
Ball is bobbled and it's on the ground and loose. Who's going to get it?
He just dropped it. I mean, that was a good snap.
The Eagles have it. Wow. And it's Reddick who's got the 2 sacks and the strip sack, recovers the fumble.
You're going to see this ball hits him right in the hands. He just takes his eyes off of it, trying to get his eyes on his progression, and instead of just falling on it, kind of bumbles it around. It gets kicked, and Hassan Reddick is able to wrestle it free. And that is the worst case. That is a nightmare for the San Francisco 49ers going into halftime. Tackling in space is critical when you play in San Francisco.
Johnson hit as he throws. It is up there and is nearly intercepted by Darius Slay. I think it was Ndamukong Suh who got the pressure and the hit, and his 3rd down.
Yeah, you know you have good pass rush depth when Ndamukong Suh is your next wave of pass rushers inside. He's been doing it for a long time. Again, watch that left hand. That is eerily similar to the play that sent Brock Purdy out with the injury. It just shows how well coached this defensive line is. I think now they're coming out to take a look at Josh Johnson.
Oh my goodness. Christian McCaffrey is the next man up at quarterback if Johnson has to go out of the game. He's the emergency, but he'd be next. Let's see what happened to Johnson.
Guys, I think his head hits the ground, and I think this came from upstairs. You see that, the way his head snapped back. Yeah, McCaffrey. So they're making him come off and get checked out, but I'm not sure. Where do they turn here?
So now Purdy is throwing. Christian McCaffrey is changing helmets. I mean, has Christian McCaffrey ever gotten a play call on his helmet before?
So as you see, Christian McCaffrey now gone to that wildcat option at quarterback.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman in the game. We're going to a couple flips back to McCaffrey. Why not? Pump fakes. Now he lets one fly, and there's no one over there. McCaffrey actually has a touchdown pass this year, and he's got 2 touchdown passes in his career. The Philadelphia Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl.
Watch this. Watch 57, Dre Greenlaw, after the stop on the punt return. And he's now in the blue tent, and it doesn't look pretty.
And he's had an outstanding year, and that's a huge loss. He's got great instincts, very physical in the run game.
Well, he had the 2 interceptions, including the game ender. In the divisional playoff game against Green Bay.
Pretty much the entire game, because you've got 2 guys dominating right there.
3rd and 12. Stepping up and lofts it. He is picked off. He overthrew a target. And Brown comes down with it. Jair Brown, the rookie from Penn State, with the interception. There have been 530 punts in the history of the Super Bowl, and there's never been one returned for the touchdown.
You just threw it out.
Put some odds on that.
He touched it. It's a fumble, and it's a recovery by Kansas City.
You knew something was happening there. You just felt it.
I just wasn't sure what it was.
Nostradamus again. Oh my gosh, what a huge, huge play right there.
McLeod coughed it up. Recovered by Watson.
Coming in, we knew the special teams advantage went San Francisco's way. Did McLeod think one of his teammates hit it or something?
I can't imagine why he tried to pick it up.
It did. It was actually smart by him to try and get it. He's exactly right.
It did. It hit the back of the foot of a teammate. The gamble working out with Kittle. Juwan Jennings. 17 of his 25 catches is Moody. Extra point. Oh my goodness. No. It is blocked. How big is that now? A 3-point game. Play of the game, a 3rd and long 4, and they blitzed, and they forced the incompletion. McDuffie comes in on him and forces that incompletion.
It never looked like pressure the whole time. At no point would you ever think it is. That's why you have to understand the DNA of that guy. I just know, however they look, Spagnuolo's not going down without bringing it, and he does there huge by McDuffie.
Playoff overtime, we're going to start a new game. All replays are upstairs. Everybody will have 3 timeouts. All right? Both teams will have an opportunity to score, or opportunity to possess, unless the first team is a defensive score. All right? Any questions? San Francisco, you are still the visitors. What is your call?
Tails again.
He called tails again. It is tails. You want the ball. Which way do you want to kick? San Francisco will receive first in overtime. Good luck, gentlemen.
You've got to go ahead and get a motion to get your best players off of their best players. Right now, their 2 best defenders are guarding your 2 best wide receivers.
McCaffrey in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Chiefs in on Purdy so fast he had to just unload it. So the drive stalls at the Chiefs' 5-yard line. It was Chris Jones who really broke up the play, wrecked it.
I want you to watch him. This is for the Super Bowl. Because Chris Jones comes through. Watch on the bottom. Jennings wins for the Super Bowl right down there. But there's no time. Because Chris Jones does it again like he did to Josh Allen in the divisional. This is for your legacy, for your future, for everything. Please, just do it for me. And the problem is you're like, I really wish Patrick Mahomes wasn't around. But it's 4th and 1 for the Super Bowl for the Niners. Mahomes.
McKinnon comes out and Pacheco comes in. They're going to attack it from out of the shotgun. With the game on the line.
Gonna jump off sides first.
Mahomes has it. He's easily going to get the first.
Do you really think that you would ever, with a Super Bowl on the line, just say, Patrick, give it to somebody else? The reason they're not taking or not because we don't just say at 0, we end the game. It's the end of the first quarter and you move to the second quarter. That's why, because I can only feel the number of people out there being like, what's going on?
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hartman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
And this was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special we talked about. He was saving all day. He's going to fake a motion to go across. And at that moment, he turns and goes back Hartman, who they didn't have, right? And they go get Hartman and bring him back.